Hello everyone and welcome to my next presentation about Chinese character etymology and phonetic series. In this lecture I'm going to talk about the series which are led by the character pronounced Qing in the first tone, and the character means blue or green. If you look at the color of the characters that you can see on the left side of these sort of gray characters, that's the color, that's exactly the color that Qing points to, so it's blue or green. And it is a very interesting character. Its etymology is very interesting because structurally the elements that you can see in this character today are simplifications and formatted changes of the elements that used to be in this character earlier. And so basically the elements that you can see there now have nothing to do with the elements that were in this character when it was created. And the meaning of this character today is blue and green, but when the character was created, its meaning was red. Let me just write it over here, red. So that's a very interesting shift in meaning, because you know, to change the meaning of a character into something completely different would probably make even more sense than to change the meaning of a character from one color to another. In any way, the character today is formed by two elements. The top, let me just draw a separation line between them right here. So the top element over here is not a standalone character today. But if you would add this little stroke over here, it would be, and it would be pronounced sheng, sheng. And it would mean to give birth to something, and that's exactly what it should be, because in the earlier versions of this character, if you look at this character, it's Oracle Bone script version, and at this character, it's Bronze inscriptions version. At the top, where sort of this element should be, you have exactly the sheng, of course written as it was written at that time, and it meant to give birth to something. And the bottom part of the character today is written as this. Let me write it separately, which today is pronounced yue, and it is sort of the moon in the sky. And it has absolutely nothing to do with red, blue, or green. It is just a simplification of this element, which is almost the same as this element. So the seal script and the bronze inscription characters, as you can see, they didn't change much, but then the regular script character, the one that we use today, has changed a lot. And the original element, which was in place of the yue, of the moon today, means vermilion red, and is written like this today. Oh, sorry. Like this. And it's pronounced dan, and it just means vermilion red. And so the reason why the sheng, the to give birth something element, is in the character is that Chinese people, they believe that sort of when something burns, for instance, when wood is burning, the fire is housed in that wood, and when it burns, it just basically the wood gives birth to that fire. And in an early dictionary from 100 AD, the definition of this character is that, first of all, it interprets it as the color of the east. So when the sun is rising in the east, it gives you the color of red. And it later says that when basically the wood is burning, it is giving birth to red fire. So that's the reason why sheng is in this character. So very obviously, the character originally used to mean red and not blue or green. So it is, to me, a great mystery why later this change or shift in meaning has happened. In either case, etymologically a very interesting character. And the series in which it is the leading phonetic character in all of these characters, except for the last one, I will tell you later why. It is a part of a series which is phonetically very, very regular, as you will see in 1 second. By the way, for those who didn't see my first lecture, the characters on the left in this green color are the seal script versions of the characters on the right, which is the regular script version of these characters. And the seal script has been created 200 BC, very important system of writing. The modern characters are directly based on the seal script, and according to many scholars, for instance, Carl Gren, if you want to do any etymological research, reasonable research, you should base it on the seal script, because largely it has been basically a completely new script created for the Chinese language. Inspired by earlier characters, of course, but largely a new script with a lot of new characters created, and with a massive introduction of these phonosemantic compounds, which means one element in the character pointing to the sound, another one to the meaning. That has also happened in the seal script. So that's why I show these characters for a visual comparison, for you to see that what these characters used to be written earlier. Sometimes it is very helpful because in the regular script some elements are distorted or changed or formatted, and you don't really see the etymology in that modern character anymore. And the earlier character, the oracle bone script or the bronze inscription script character, I only show for a visual reference to show you what that character used to look like very early on when it was created. So as for the series, the first character in the series is pronounced Qing. In the first tone, and it means clear. Clear or clean. And the semantic element in it, basically the thing that points to the meaning of the character, are these three dots here, and they represent the water radical. So very easy to understand. Actually, I think this series should be used to explain what phonosemantical compounds are to complete beginners, because it's very regular, and the semantic elements in the entire series very clearly point to the meaning of all characters. Qing also is the name of the Qing dynasty, the last dynasty in China, from 1644, ruling from 1644 until 1908 maybe. I don't remember the exact date. And you can find it in words like, for instance, 清洁, which means the cleaning process or to clean something. The second character in the series is pronounced Qing in the second tone. And it means emotion or situation. Emotion or situation. And the semantic element, basically the thing that points to the meaning in this character, are these three strokes, and it is the radical heart. And if you've watched my previous videos, or maybe you know this from elsewhere as well, characters that have an abstract meaning or have something to do with emotions have usually this radical heart in them, pointing to their meaning. Again, a very straightforward semantic association. The next character is pronounced Qing, again in the second tone, and it means the skies after a rain, skies clearing up, weather that is getting better, or sunny weather, for instance, sunny. That probably would fit as well. It's a process, really. It's not just that sunny weather. It's that situation from the rainy to the sunny, that sort of transition. And the semantic element over here is pronounced ri, and it's this part over here, and it is the radical sun. So again, really a very straightforward semantic association. The next character is pronounced Qing in the third tone. And it's pretty difficult to translate as one word. It could be, if you look at a dictionary, you probably will find the translation please, as in please do this, please do that. Please. But it could be translated as please under certain conditions, but there are certain sentences where it definitely cannot be translated in please. But I can give you some examples. So for example, if you say 请进, it means Jin means to enter. So if you put Qing in front of that, it means please come in. And usually whenever you put this Qing in front of a request or an imperative, it's going to diminish that imperative mood, and it's going to be a very polite expression, analogous to something in English where you would put a please at the end of the sentence. Could you do this, please? Would you open the window, please? So, 请开窗户, please open the window, and so on. Well, you can find it in a lot of expression where this doesn't hold true. So, if you say, for instance, 请问, 请问 it just means excuse me. Maybe not the best example because it's a set phrase. It's just how they say it. They say, 请问现在几点? Excuse me, what time is it now? So please is probably the closest translation you can get to, but not holding true in every single case. And the semantic element in this character is pronounced yen. And if I should translate yen as a standalone character, it would be words. I mean, as the words of someone, speech, or something like that. And I mentioned that this radical, the heart radical, is present in characters that have something to do with emotions or characters that are a little bit abstract. Yen is present in characters that either have something to do with saying something, or present in characters that are just like this one. They are sort of more like grammar particles in a way than real words. So this is again yen, semantic element. The next character is pronounced Jing. Up until now, as you can see, it was a very, very regular phonetic series. Qing, 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 Qing. Same syllable, just the tone was different. The first character was actually a perfect match with our title phonetic character. Jing, as you can see, the initial consonant has changed from an unvoiced ch into a voiced ji. So, Jing. And this character means sort of like perfect or refined or essence of something. Let me just write that, perfect. Perfect or essence. And the etymology over here is a little bit more difficult to understand. The semantic semantic element is this part over here is mi, and it is rice. And one explanation or interpretation of why this element is in this character is that rice is the essence of Chinese food, and one of the meanings of Qing is also alcohol, and rice was used to, or is used to, make alcohol as well. So that might be the reason for rice, for the presence of rice in this character. Jing, you can find it in words like 精神, which means spirit. You can find it in the word 精度, which means preciseness, like the extent of your perfectness, right? If you use the meaning perfect as 精, so 精度would be preciseness, and so on. Slightly difficult to understand the etymology here, but nevertheless a very regular phonosemantic compound. And the last character in this series is pronounced also Jing. Jing in the first tone, and it means lush or luxurious. And when it comes to this arrangement, as you can see, the semantic element it's on the top of the character, not on the left, and the phonetic is at the bottom. And the semantic element is the radical herbs or grass, and it is present in a lot of characters that have to do something with plants or trees or vegetation or something like that. A lot of trees, the names of the trees, like in English or in Western languages, we would use a Latin name or a Greek name for a plant. So in Chinese, they will have a phonetic element, a very simple one, which will resemble the pronunciation of the plant very well, and then they will have this herbs radical at the top. And it also is present. This sort of semantic element, herbs, grass, is present in characters that have something to do with beauty or luxury and so on. And this is the case for this Qing characters as well. And the last character that we have in this sort of series, although I'm not sure if it really belongs here, but I wanted to show you that not all characters that look like phonosemantic characters, so that is to say characters where one element is responsible for the sound and another element in the character is responsible for its meaning, and not all characters that actually look like this are reliable phonosemantic compounds. So this character, in its regular version and in its seal script version as well, is clearly separated into the left and right, as are the characters that we've talked about for the most part. And it clearly looks like the left element is the semantic one, and in this case it's Quan. Quan is a dog, and that the right element is the phonetic part. Well, this character is pronounced Cai, Cai, and it means to guess. As you can see, Cai is very far phonetically from the rest of the characters, right? The rest of the characters, the first four, they were only different in their tone, and the last two characters had a different initial consonant, but perfectly matching ending. So definitely, the characters that I've been talking about, they belong to the same series. Cai is very far away from that. However, if you look at a dictionary called 说文解字, which was probably written in 100 AD. In that dictionary, if you look at this particular character, you will find that it is explained as Quan, the semantic, and Qing, the phonetic. And the explanation to this might be that Chinese characters are formed in many different ways, and their pronunciations and meanings have been shifted around here and there. So what might have happened was that originally this character was pronounced in a different way. Later on, it adopted a second pronunciation. So for a while, there were two pronunciations for this character. Then the original pronunciation started to be used less and less, and the Cai pronunciation was more dominant, and the original pronunciation was lost altogether, and what we are left with is Cai. This happened with a lot of different other characters. Possibly might have happened with this one as well. In either case, originally the meaning of this character wasn't to guess, but it was to hate. To hate. And I know this because I've read the 100 AD 说文解字 dictionary, and the etymology of this character is explained as, the presence of the semantic element, the dog, in the character is explained as the dog hates the burglar. So, to hate. Very easy, very simple explanation. Alright, so there you have it for this phonetic series, a very nice and straightforward series to explain phonosemantic compounds on. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I will see you in the next one.